everyone, I'm Chantal from Fore Yoga. Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite ways to stretch the glutes. So it's going to be a short sequence primarily focusing on hip mobility, specifically internal and external rotations of the hips, but as well some really good stretches for those big muscles that sometimes tend to get really tight and cause lower back pain and lack of mobility in the hips sometimes. So we'll start lying on our back with the feet on the floor and arms away from the body. And as always, we'll take a moment just to pause and feel how the hips and the lower back are feeling here. So you're going to take a nice long deep breath in and then sigh it out through your mouth. And then nice and gently, we'll start bringing our knees from one side to the next. So as I exhale, I bring my knees towards one side. And as I inhale, I come back to center. And we'll continue doing this at our own rhythm, just for a few more cycles of breath. And really our objective here is to move with ease, as we are internally and externally rotating the hips, releasing perhaps tension in the lower back, and just checking in. So this is a simple movement that I have my golfers do on a regular basis, not only to recover better after a round of golf, but also to allow the range of motion in the hips to remain, and in some cases, improve. So as we inhale, we come back to center, and as we exhale, the knees flow to one side. Then slowly coming back to your center, you're going to take a nice breath in, and exhaling both knees towards your chest. And here we'll cross the right thigh over the left. So I'm not crossing ankle to knee, but thigh over thigh. And in some cases, your hand may remain on your knees. If it's accessible, you could grab a hold of your ankles maybe. But see if you can take a moment to pause and feel what's going on in the glutes. So those deep, big muscles right here, external to the hips. It may feel right to rock a little bit side to side, but make sure that your shoulders and neck are still really relaxed here so that you're not overextending just to grab a hold of your ankles and feet. If that's the case, place your hands behind your thighs maybe. Then take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently release. And then cross the other side. So now it's the left thigh over the right. Hands on your knees first, just to check in. And if it's accessible, you can grab a hold of your ankles and maybe rock a little bit. So notice the shift in sensation in the glutes here. Breathing deeply, rocking maybe a little bit side to side. Then taking another nice deep breath in, exhaling, uncrossing the legs. And take a moment to extend both legs out. Shake them out a bit. And then from here, we'll bring our feet back onto the floor and come to a seated position. What we commonly refer to as a 90-90 position. And that means that both legs are forming a 90-degree angle. Obviously, if that causes pain in your knees or hips, do what you can without causing more harm. So what we want to try to achieve first is comfort in the knees and the hips. I'm going to place my right hand on the floor because my right leg is forward at this point. Left hand on my left hip.
Then I'll try to see if I can rock my left hip forward a bit. It's almost like you're lifting your sitting bone up, and as you slowly roll the hip back, you're aiming to have that sitting bone go towards the floor. So inhaling, rolling the left hip forward, and exhaling, bring it down towards the floor. And then doing this a few more times at your own rhythm. So you may feel a lot of sensation around the thigh and the hips. That's normal. That's what we're targeting today. And for those of you that have really tight hips like me, for example, my knee here, the right one, is not reaching the floor. You could put a block or a pillow under that knee just to get a little bit more connection for that knee. Good. The next time that our hip is slightly going down towards the floor, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we let our pelvis bring us forward. So I'm going to try to keep the spine nice and long, trying not to round the back. Then a nice breath in, lengthen the spine even more. And as you exhale, can you come down just a little bit more? Then we'll press the outer edge of the right foot against the floor, pressing the knee against the floor or the block if you have one. And we'll hold here for a couple of nice, easy breaths. So now we're truly targeting the right glutes. If you're hopefully feeling some stretches there, if not, you're lucky. And if not, perhaps it's an indication that your spine is really rounded. So if that's the case, come back a little bit from the forward fold, get a little longer in the spine, and then again, go back into it. Then inhale, slowly come on back. As we exhale, we're going to stay in the same position, but rotate the torso just slightly towards that right knee. Left hand will be on the right foot. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're now leaning towards the knee. As opposed to straight ahead, you're adding a little bit of an angle in the torso. Inhale, come on back. And exhale, go back into the stretch. Inhale, all the way back. Then let your knees flow up, and then you're going to window wash your knees. So rotate them side to side or lean your knees side to side. And then we'll go on the other side. So 90-90 position. Now the left leg is in front. I'm dorsiflexing my ankles as much as possible and pausing just to make sure that this is comfortable for my knees and my hips. And again here, you could put a block or a pillow if your knee is not touching the floor. Then right hand on your right hip, we're going to slowly roll that right hip forward and then try to bring the sitting bone down. So inhaling, rolling the hip forward, and exhaling, bringing it down. So make sure that your shoulders are not leading, but really it's from this region that the movement happens. Notice from one side to the next how it may feel quite different. And then we'll do one more. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, hip goes down a bit. From here, take a nice breath in and exhale. You want to visualize the belly going on top of the front thigh. And your hands are walking forward just to give you a little bit of support. No need to go really far. In my case here, I'm already feeling a pretty good stretch. I'm going to stay here. But really, I'm going to continue working on lengthening the spine as I inhale. And as we exhale, we try to soften a little bit into the position. If you want a little bit more sensation in the left glute at this point, you could press the left foot down against the floor as well as the thigh and the leg, and you'll feel a really good connection there with the glute. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, ease into it. One more. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, you're going to rise back up. And then do a slight rotation of the torso towards the left knee. Then take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, you're now doing the same thing, but just a different angle, really. Inhale, rise up a bit. No need to go really deep in some cases, so listen to your own body. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. As we come back, inhale, lift the knees nice and slow, and hands will come behind you. And once again, we'll just allow the knees to flow side to side. And then from here, I just want to thank you for joining me. That was one of my favorite stretches for the glutes. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. If you want to feel better, live better, and play better, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.